down down the witch's road, and on to our first trial on the witch's road. How exciting was this episode? I feel like each one of these episodes are so fun and explorative, not only in the world of Agatha, but also just in the world of Marvel. We get all these really beautiful crumbs of the witch's road, of witches, of we finally heard his name, Mephisto. It is such a fun journey, and I'm having a good time. It's interesting because every time these episodes end, we have a week where we get to dissect and digest and really divulge into the conversation of this new Marvel show. And I love that there is such a spectrum of the way that people enjoy this film. You've got people who abhorrently dislike this film and find it to be the absolute worst thing that Marvel has ever put out there. And then you've got people who are the die-hard fans who are already making music videos of this Agatha song and down the road. And it's so fun, this vibrant spirit that this show is creating, because I feel like before with these Marvel shows, if people didn't like it, we just didn't talk about it. We just brushed it under the rug, or it just was, it just was a show. But this show has so much life and vibrancy to it. And I really think that that is the theme of this entire show. The entire series that is Agatha All Along is really about redemption, and it's about women in their prime who get a second chance, whether their magic is bound, whether they're trying to find the answers to what happened to their mothers, whether they're just trying to find a better life than the one that they're leading. I think that it is so wonderful. And leading into episode 3, this escape room style show, I love that we're really seeing that each one of these witches is having their own opportunity to succeed. This is going to be non-spoiler for just I guess that was mostly the non-spoiler stuff. I really just want to say that I appreciate the life and the journey that each one of these women is getting, and obviously Teen as well. But I'm loving that it's not just, yes, this is Agatha's coven that she's cultivated, but it's more than that. This is truly about each woman's individual journey, and we see that. We see that in the little breadcrumbs that they spill across these episodes, and I think that that makes this show so much more rich, because not only are you just watching it as a general spectator, whether you're new to Marvel and this is your very first Marvel show, or if you, like me, are a connoisseur who finds those little nuggets and then jumps and dives right into the comic books to find that panel or that volume that specifically addresses that issue, so that you can devour more content around that subject. It has something for everyone, whether you like it or not. And I even think that the ones who abhorrently hate this show, they still are watching it in order to figure out and find whether or not they're actually going to enjoy it. This isn't a show that we dislike and we never pick up again. This is a show that we continue to try to consume, to understand, and to accept. This is a show that we will continue to consume and absorb whether we like it or not, because we want to. Because this is something that we know is going to build the foundation for the rest of the shows. I mean, heck, they finally said Mephisto's name. But let's get into the nitty-gritty. That was all of my non-spoiler jargon. Let's get into the little bit more deeper spoiler side. I love that we got more information on the Teen, and now I'm conflicted. I spent such a good portion of episode 1 of this series really breaking down who I thought and who we all thought Teen was. I assume you thought it was Agatha's son, that it was Wiccan. I mean, all signs point to Wiccan. The fact that we now know that he has this sigil, and everyone is now acknowledging that he has a sigil on him, we all assume, okay, Wanda put that on him. But what if? Because, what if it wasn't Wanda's son, but what if this is the child that Agatha gave up in order to get the Darkhold? And not only that, what if the child is the Darkhold? So now I've got 3 different ideas. Number 1, it still could be Wanda's son. It still could be Wiccan. And there is a version of that where Mephisto takes Wanda's kids. There's a whole comic book series of that. So this could be Wiccan. Absolutely 100%. This could be Nicholas Scratch, or it could be another child gave up in order to get the Darkhold. So that could be who it is. I know that there was references, or people believe that her rabbit, Sir Scratch-a-Lot, I think is Sir Scratch-a-Bunch, Agatha's rabbit was, a hint or a nod towards her son. But this could also be Agatha's son that she gave up in order to get the Dark Book. Or it could be the Darkhold itself. That could be the road. It could be the Darkhold book coming back in a new form, because there is another comic book in which Agatha tries to get the Darkhold, and she literally is possessing all of these Avengers in order to get the Darkhold back, and she's got all of these Marvel characters that are under her control as they're beating up other characters, all to get the Darkhold back. And then lo and behold, the Darkhold becomes a child. The Darkhold manifests itself as a child. And so I got 3 ideas of what it could be. I figure at this point, one of them has to be correct. And I also love that we got a little bit more about Alice Wu. We see that her tattoo is there. We're getting a little bit more backstory on her mother. And I know somehow all of these stories are all going to align. There's a reason why this particular group of women came together. There's a reason why this particular group of women were all 3 miles from each other. I do feel like the kid has a little bit, or the teen has a little bit to do with bringing these particular women together. And you see that when Agatha is telling the potions witch, I forget her name in this particular moment, but she's telling the potion witch, like, I know you can do this. They can take away your power, but they cannot take away your knowledge. You are always going to be powerful no matter what adversities come your way. And Agatha builds that up, because despite everything, Agatha's always been a leader. Is she the best leader at all times? No. Is she always someone you want to follow? No. But to her core, she is a leader, if only she used that in the right way. It is unfortunate that a lot of her powers lie in taking powers from others in order to gain more powers. It's all very unfortunate. The situation that she finds herself in just naturally is unfortunate, but it is what it is. You know, she's someone who craves, desires, and yearns for power and more of it. And it's all a protection. It's to keep herself safe. But I love that now she's building this newfound family with these women and this teen, where it's forcing her to really question whether or not it's good to go alone. And the road itself is going to tell her no. The road forces you to work together. We see that as Agatha tries to not take the wine, but the only way for them to escape this trial is for them to work together as a team and as a coven. And I am so excited to see where Agatha ends up at the end of this, and what the Agatha of this new, after this season has concluded, what this Agatha is going to become. Especially considering, in order for her to continue to grow with her powers, she has to steal powers from others because they attack her. Is that still going to be her MO by the end of this, or is her journey on this road going to change her fundamentally and change the way that she develops and gains her powers? I don't know, but I'm very excited to find that out. Anyway, I love this episode. I think out of all the episodes so far, this one gave me the most excitement, especially considering that Miss Hart is now dead. I'm sure she's not. I have no doubt that she will continue on, but it's so interesting and so playful, this show and these episodes. I'm so excited to continue on this. Obviously, this episode was very escape roomy, but the puzzle and the escape room and the essence of this show in general, I love the little nuggets, I love the crumbs, and I'm very excited for us to dive into episode 4. If you guys have any theories on who you believe Teen is, please let me know. If you think I'm on the right track, I want to hear that too. And until then, guys, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, and I will see you guys for the next episode, episode 4, Agatha All Along. Hey, even turn on notifications so you know when the next episode in this series drops. Until then, I'll see you all for the next one.